Julianes, happy Tuesday. Thank you so much. Happy Monday still for you. Oh, it's so nice today outside. You know, it's not humid, it's warm. Few clouds. Not hot. Little bit of wind, and everything is blooming. So many azaleas, like, you know, this kind. See, they will have beautiful flowers. I was about to sleep. I wish you having a... Oh, thank you. I hope you can sleep well. Yeah. Oh, there are beautiful flowers here. This guy has some bushes. Yeah. There's Camellia here. Oh, over there. It's beautiful bunches. Sometimes you have whole streets with them, and they only look nice now, and then they disappear. There's another one. And my little garden is growing. Tomatoes grow so well in this temperature. It's just perfect. It's the perfect temperature right now for tomatoes. Like day by day they're getting bigger and bigger. Nathan, welcome to Japan. Oh, green light. That guy just went on red light. Oh, there's a azalea here. Looks nice. Zarix, welcome. Sarks. Coffee. Be careful when crossing the street. Absolutely. Oh, there's one cherry tree right there. A different kind of cherry that's blooming. Taij, welcome, hello. Oh, they're cutting grasses. First grass cut of the season. Smells fresh. Do you have orchids? Yes, but they are, you know, indoor plants. So you cannot take them outside because it's just not good for them in the winter. And you have orchids just growing in the jungle. I think they like some kind of a water environment, marshes. I feel like I'm taking the same walk. Nice. What do we have here? And fresh leaves. Literally on the street. No way, really? Here they are so, you know, prized plants. It's they're very expensive, and they are very sculpted, and you can buy them, you know, in pot sizes. I think it's like a fancy gift, you know. there's some cherries over there, cherry blossoms. Man, you have everything, mangoes and orchids. But you know, in Canada, we have wild orchids, but they are so tiny, like tiny ones. Somehow they survive the winter. Oh, isn't this nice? I like places with those beautiful trees and grass. Yeah, look at these blossoms. Oh, that is awesome, isn't it? Already leaves are coming, but I like these bunches. It's some kind of a different type of cherry. Yeah, beautiful, yes. You have to have tea. Enjoy your tea, Nathan. You might put a cherry blossom in your tea. Wow, look at this. Wow. No particular smell, but they look awesome. Oh, some sunshine. Some sunshine is coming. Yeah, that tree already has cherry fruits, and I think the ones here. This means the parrots will be coming and to eat them. Wonder what it tastes like. To tell the truth, I don't think there's any taste to it. But there are some of the products that are flavored for the smell of cherry blossoms. If you happen to be in the right time when they bloom, there is some fragrance, but it's kind of like, you know, it's hard to smell. I mean, plum trees, they have also some fragrance. I think they smell more than cherry blossoms. Is cycling allowed in the area where you are? Yes, look at that. Look at that, it's a cyclist. You know, some parks don't allow cyclists because it's just too many people walking, so it's dangerous and too crowded. But here it's okay. I think, you know, this park is large and people just cycle through on these white paths. There was a time when some parks didn't allow cyclists, or at least, yeah, you know, that happens. Depends on the park. Definitely depends on the park. You know, there are some parks where you have to pay money to get in. I know one, I think that biggest park in Tokyo. You can rent a bicycle inside, you can rent a unicycle inside, and they have cycling paths inside as well. I don't think you can bring your own bicycle, but maybe I'm wrong. Probably you can't. Wow, they really sculpted this place. Here they are taking break. It's lunchtime. Oh, this looks beautiful. Look at this. Like from a fairy tale. Yoyogi Park didn't allow cyclists until around 2003. Yoyogi Park, oh, I haven't been there. I don't remember even. I've been there once, maybe. Yeah, maybe. You know, those parks in central Tokyo, it's just too many people to even cycle safely. So, yeah. probably most of those fancy parks don't allow. But yeah, it depends on the place. Paying to enter park is, there's just no way to. It's too expensive to maintain it. The price of the land in the city is so high, and of course, that used to be some samurai lords like daimyo's villa for hunting or just entertainment, and they had some nice trees growing there, and the whole arrangement of the terrain and some buildings. So if you want to maintain that, it's so super expensive. So there's no choice but to charge for the entrance. Of course, that money is just covering part of it, and of course, all these parks those villas that became parks because the government, the samurais disappeared, right, at one point. So these gardens, they were unmaintained, so there was nobody really to take care of them. Most of them got taken apart, and some other things get built on them and forgotten. Only the few ones, like the big ones, where some wealthy person managed to purchase that land and kept them in some reasonable condition. That's what survived. And of course, eventually they gave it to the city. And the city cannot, of course, pay for it completely. So that's why they charge money. Hey, Mad Skills Gamers. Oh, I remember you. What was your name? I forgot. Myrna, that's you. Yeah, it takes a skill to make a park with nice arrangement. It's not very easy. You can see it in especially the Japanese parks that were designed, a long time ago. People designers from China came and designed some of them. So there's lots of, Chinese influence in them. Hey, good to see you too. How are you doing, Myrna? But as you see, this park, it's kind of simple and modern, and in the Middle Ages there was nothing here, just farms. And later this was the airport here, but they have scaled down the airport after the war. That looks nice. So this whole piece is like a park, and there's still some of the airport left, but lots of the land was converted into land for soccer fields, rugby fields, baseball fields, and at the end of all that there is a stadium. And some other sport facilities, like for indoor sports. Well, this long time ago, Japan got all the knowledge and technology from China. uh, people went, to learn writing and poems, technology, how to build buildings. Yeah, that all came from China. Right now it's kind of, changed. So it's not the same anymore. Truck. China was super advanced if you look, 1,000, 2,000 years ago. And Japan was just not nothing really, like people living in tiny villages with half of the house dug in dirt and some roof made from thatched thatched roofs, and some walls maybe made from some thinner wooden objects. Are you following? Yeah, he's going that way. Let's go see. Let's not follow so closely. Morning shot. That's a selection of coffees. They've already have a summer selection on. For the winter they have one section heated up, but summer is refrigerated, so everything now is refrigerated. Morning shot, that's all you need. I remember when I was surfing, that's what I did. I went super early in the morning to the ocean, drank one of those morning shots, and I was the god of the waves. I surfed for like 4 or 5 hours and then just go home. What a workout that was. This is one of the rugby fields. I think they had World Series here, and during Olympics, what was it, 2020 Olympics, right here was the start line for the bicycle race. Hard work, yeah. Yeah, surfing is fun. You can then enjoy the waves and you swim, and it's a super good exercise. Soak in that salty water. It makes you all relaxed. But when it gets too hot, it's still okay if you sit in the water. The beach is already like too hot to walk on. You need some kind of shoes. It will burn your feet. And it's punishingly hot, like wow. Sometimes even sitting in the water feels hot. There's a really famous baseball stadium, but I forgot. Oh, baseball is really famous here. Tokyo Dome. There is something there, but I don't know if it's baseball. The Bay Stars, they have their home stadium in downtown Yokohama. I don't really watch much baseball, to tell the truth. That stadium over there, I don't know if I think it's probably soccer. But there are lots of professional soccer clubs as well. Yeah, the start line was right here for the bicycles. Oh yeah, there's a Yomiuri by the Yomiuri Land amusement park. That company owns a baseball team. What are they called? I forgot. Giants. Yomiuri Giants. They have their home stadium there. Actually, they recently it's been they've built a new one right in that area, but I haven't been there yet. We are in Tokyo, yeah, the largest city. You like soccer? Yeah, soccer is popular in Europe more than Japan. Japan is more baseball. Baseball, yeah, they're crazy. Shohei Ohtani, he's playing Dodgers, right? Everybody knows him. Didn't they play against the Blue Jays from Canada? Got some airplanes over there. Oops. Yeah. Wow. It's all green already. Nice. Now all the fresh green leaves came. So everything is different. Some pines. Pines are growing. These release so much pollen. Look at that. That's gonna be tons. Recently, I can barely see, commented to. I recently commented to another Japanese YouTuber that the Tokyo seems to be very mentally draining city. It depends. It depends. I mean, it's like every big city, everybody keeps to themselves here. So like everybody is about business. Like this is like the biggest business hub in Japan. So there's not much people with time. Everybody just have their own hobbies. But if you go out of big city, yeah, it's much better. And of course, depends what job you're doing. If you're just doing some really, really tough job and not getting paid enough, and you live in a tiny apartment, oh yeah, you will probably be very stressed. Like particularly there's not even no downtown here. It's all like every single train station is its own downtown. And if you live close to that, I don't know, some people like it because they can just go anywhere, anytime, fast to the store or restaurant every day. But if you're the person who, if it's too loud and too much for you, you will feel kind of mentally drained and stressed. But Tokyo is huge. You could go to the western Tokyo. It's just mountains and villages there. No one almost lives there. It's so quiet, you never have to even bother with anything. It's a different vibe. And then there is Yokohama. Yokohama is really like different feel, but it's like more like modern, tinier. The downtown is all like a waterfront with parks, beautiful sky rises. But once you get away from downtown, yeah, it's kind of getting more like Tokyo, but there's more greenery. Yeah, Tokyo is strange. Like it's like if you can imagine every train station being a separate city, that's what it pretty much is. And every train station is the middle of that city. So all the commerce would be around the train station, and the land price will be the most expensive around the station. And the more you go away from that, the cheaper it gets. In general, people love big cities because of the services and convenience. If you track, land that's 20 minutes on foot or 25 minutes on foot, the prices will be significantly cheaper than as if you live right by the train station, which is super expensive. But depends on the person, and how you live. The land price by the station is probably so high you will never see houses. But if you have a house, you can actually build it really, really high. There's a different rules when you are close to station and far away from the station. So most people build, high rises or some apartments. There's more population density in those places, and of course, if you have more people, there's more crime around the stations. So yeah, the services here, they're amazing. I mean, there's pretty much anything you would want. And if you are in a little village outside somewhere, there's nothing. Like, you would have to drive, to the big hospital. And sometimes you have to drive to like really major city like Tokyo to get things done. So very, very inconvenient. And I've drove, I think last month I drove through these kind of villages deep in the mountains, like zero tourists. There was barely any people in there, like on the streets or anything. It was almost like it's this zombie apocalypse, that kind of feel. There's completely nothing there, and I was kind of thinking, how do these people survive? No highway, no train. I don't think you can get gas there, so it would have to be delivered to you. They have electricity though. But in the city, if you have no money and you have low income, there is affordable housing. Poor person can definitely live in Tokyo easily, and the city will, subsidize things for you. Tiny, tiny street. I had the Japanese teacher once, and he said he was a carpet salesman and he never ever made any money. So he lives in a apartment provided by Yokohama City. He gets money from the city plus his retirement. But it's all dialed in so he can afford, heating, gas, basic things like that. And he teaches English for fun. Japanese, actually, Japanese. Crime is always issue in capital cities. Yeah, but in Japan it's so safe. Like, even if you go to the most safe area, you will think, yeah, there's no crime here. I'm used to it. But if I have to go to like Canada, I am almost scared because, God, it's Wild West to me. Carlos, welcome. Some people need to live in much boxes to survive. Yeah, well, some people love it, like some people have tiny apartments in Tokyo and that's all they need. Some of these places are, I wouldn't like it. Some are cool, but homeless are also here. But they are all working during the day, so you will never see them. You will never see them out doing, just doing nothing. And they live in the cardboard boxes under like bridges. But you don't see those cardboard boxes because they clean them up during day and tidy everything around it. They put them like in a little nook somewhere, and when they come back from work, they undo the whole sleeping place and eat some food or something in there. I don't know. It's kind of, I was always wondered how do they get food, but they work, they have some money. And they're just homeless by choice, I think. They just like being homeless. I'm so late. Walk to Ginza today. Ginza, that's the most expensive place in Japan, It's far away. If you walk to Ginza, you have to bring a suitcase of money. It's a very different country from others. Yeah, it is. In a way, it is. Well, everything has its pros and cons, Anyway, I gotta get going, guys. Thanks for coming, and I hope you have a nice, fantastic Tuesday. Maybe you have already. So take care, and bye. We are already in China. Yeah. Bye for now.